Well, today we will hear from USF Finance and MBA alum Michelle Netwal. Michelle became the Bank of Central Florida's first female financial officer in 2019. Michelle, it is a pleasure to be speaking with you today.
Same to you, Jamie. Thank you for this opportunity.
Awesome. Well, would you please tell us a little bit about your day-to-day responsibilities as Chief Financial Officer and, what the big steps that you feel got you to where you are today?
So in my role as Chief Financial Officer at Bank of Central Florida, we're about a $900 million bank. So in terms of banks, that's a small organization. So I get to be a lot more hands-on than probably a lot of other Chief Financial Officers in banking get to. I'm responsible for the integrity of the financials. So balance sheet, income statement. I also make sure that the impacts of any strategies that we are doing make sense. So, if we want to offer a new loan product or are trying to figure out how to best deploy our cash, that's kind of coming through my area. I also am responsible for paying attention to what impacts change in interest rates have on the organization. So when the Fed moves, that has impacts to our balance sheet and income statement. So I'm responsible for that. As far as what got me here, I say that, you can learn the functional skills really of any job. If you're motivated and, really want to. It's kind of those soft skills are what really get you into those higher executive and leadership positions within an organization. And so those soft skills are what were able to get me to where I am. I was fortunate to have some really good mentors throughout my career to help me with that. And so that's kind of what helped get me to this point.
Awesome. Well, that kind of leads me to my next question. And so I wanted to ask you what it means to you to be the first female Chief Financial Officer with the Bank of Central Florida. And I know that you've also implemented a women mentoring program within the company. And so can you elaborate on, what led you to do that and, that's importance to you?
Yeah, so it's always been important to me to help people in general and help them succeed, especially women in the organization. With being the first Chief Financial Officer here, that was a big deal, to me and to the organization. I was here as the controller, which is kind of the right below the CFO. And so, I think whenever the CEO made the decision to move me up, it made a statement about the type of organization that we are here, not just to promote within, at lower levels, but also to the higher levels. And so I understood the responsibility that came with, that example of being the first female. And so with that throughout my career, I've wanted to pay that forward, get other women to where they want to be in the organization. And a women's mentoring program was the perfect way to do that. Especially we've kind of moved past some of COVID and getting more people back in person. And so that was really important. We have some great women in this organization who are willing to help be mentors. And so we've kicked that off and it's been very successful so far. And I look forward to continuing it.
Awesome. That's great to hear. My last question for you today is what advice would you have for students at USF who want to pursue the banking side of the finance industry?
I would encourage you to realize that banking isn't just what you think it is. There's so much more to what banking is, there's not just loan officers, you have marketing departments and HR and operations and accounting, and the accounting within banking is not just, debits and credits. It's very holistic. You get to see the world from the banking perspective. And so as far as from an economic perspective, you get so much more impact into what's going on. You understand, how everything is kind of interconnected within banking. And so it's a really interesting field. And so, kind of no matter what interests you within finance, there's somewhere you can go with that. And so whether you're interested in financial statement analysis and you want to go be in credit, or you're more entrepreneurial in some of your finance stuff, you can go be a salesperson and help a business grow and get started and get off the ground. So there, I can tell you, I discounted it whenever it was first presented to me as employment opportunity. But I'm glad I didn't say, no to it, because it is a very exciting industry and one where you can take any of your skills and use them and succeed.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it to get the chance to hear your story. So thank you.
And thank you all.